transportation by whatever means is reaching a peak period all over the world, with Christmas just a few days to go. In Nigeria, it's become increasingly more intense, pricey and anxious for a whole lot of people because of complications arising from poor infrastructure, harsh economic realities and the growing sector of insecurity. As expected, travel by road will take the larger chunk, especially in the face of the unusually exorbitant price of air travel this year. Many members of Nigeria's elite are facing this reality, but what indeed are the factors militating against road transportation as an option for the elite, especially during the Yuletide? And can these factors be tackled? Well, for answers, we now turn to Nnej, founder, ABC Transport, and Secretary Association of Luxury Bus Owners of Nigeria. Good to see you, and you say thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So tell us, why has road travel become a less preferred option for Nigeria's elites, particularly during peak festive periods, and what can be done, to turn the tide?
Yeah, thank you very much for drawing your attention to road transportation. And it's very obvious that road transportation caters for more than 95% of the actual travelers. But it's amazing that in the past few months or past few weeks, there's been so much attention on air transportation. Everybody's shouting about high cost of flying and all that. It even got to the house when we were talking about giving slashing taxes for airlines and many other concessions, which they are clamoring for. But nobody seems to look at the alternative and why is that alternative not working. So you find out that this is a sector, I think, that has been neglected over time. There hasn't been quite a lot of attention in terms of asset replacement, supporting the operators, just like they support the airlines. Recently the airlines have started enjoying a zero duty on spare parts, zero VAT, and even the removal of the 4% levy that was introduced, while the road transport operators keep paying this. In addition to this, there hasn't been much attention on the roads from different perspectives. For the road condition, yes, we will say there has been some efforts, but the other aspect of it is security. Nobody seems to be looking at the security of the highways, and that is why everybody's trying to go by air with the attendant rise in airfares. So that's actually, I think it's a matter of some kind of neglect over the years, that nobody's paying attention to that sector.
The length of time it takes for travelers to get from point A to B. We know a 3-hour journey could easily turn into 14 hours due to the traffic, the gridlock, the potholes, what have you. How does this unpredictability affect the safety of travelers trying to get from point A to B over the Yuletide period?
Yeah, it obviously affects the predictability, it affects the safety, but a lot of the things are things we can resolve, and this is what we want government to look at. For example, if we look at the number of checkpoints on the major corridors, you find out that they contribute in wasting a lot of time. And then we also look at the condition of the roads, especially some specific spots. For example, if you're going from Lagos to the east, the Benin bypass, you see quite a lot of delays there. So I think a lot of the delays, a lot of the inconveniences can be resolved if we determine to do that. And we're talking about the regulators. And I still point back to the very little attention paid to the sector, to the subsector of transportation, that of intercity. And I must tell you that apart from in the past 2 years, where we have the Minister of Transport, the current Minister of Transport, Senator Said Al-Khali, there hasn't been that kind of interaction with the road transport operators. prior to the current minister, you find out that there was no proper interface between the Minister of Transportation to talk about these issues. I mean, between the Minister of Transportation and the long-distance operators. But that is happening now, but a lot still needs to be done in untangling the bottleneck on the roads and looking at how to resolve the issue of security on the highways. And I think that if government puts half of the attention they're putting to the airlines, air travel, if they put 1/3 of the attention on the road, they will resolve quite a lot of these issues. So I think there are some difficulty there, but these difficulties are not insurmountable.
Now, some analysts have suggested maybe designated secure travel corridors during festive periods could help restore elite confidence in road transport. I'd like to know your thoughts on this. Do you think this is a good idea?
Yes, it is a good idea, but for road transportation, you find out that most times we take you to the last mile, we take you to very close to your destination. So this safe corridor initiative has to be a very comprehensive one, and it's going to cover almost major parts of the country. And I begin to talk about safe school initiative. Why don't we talk about safe highway initiative, where we have initiatives that will secure the highways, having checkpoints at intervals just to oversee the security situation in the road, not just to flag people and ask for particulars and stuff. So I think if we have such initiative as we have in safe schools, we have safe travel initiative, we will quite resolve a lot of this.
Well, there are some...
So I think it's a welcome development, if that is.
And some other developments, possibly some people are thinking of creating a tax credit scheme. What's your opinion in this, where private companies fix roads in exchange for tax breaks? Some say this is the most viable way to create a premium road network for the elite who might be more willing to pay higher premiums for transportation. What do you think about this proposal?
Yes, I will speak for our association, the Association of Luxury Bus Owners of Nigeria. This is something we have advocated. It's better for us to have very good roads, have these roads tolled, and we pay tolls and reduce the number of hours we spend on the road. Typically, during rainy seasons, travel in a big bus from Lagos to Abuja could take as much as 17, 18 hours. During the dry season, it probably reduces to about 15 hours. But if the roads were very good, whether you're doing that by concession or whether you're doing it by any scheme, and we're told to pay, we will be more than willing to pay adequately, because our business thrives on frequency. How many times are you able to roll the bus? So it's a welcome thing for us.
But in the meantime, how can public-private partnerships be leveraged to improve highway maintenance and rest stop facilities?
Yeah, well, I think it's something that has been done in several countries, and we can get this template from countries that have done it successfully. And I think that if we have major contractors and the government has an arrangement with them, the operators have an arrangement, we would demonstrate our willingness to support whatever they're doing. If they do the traffic data and look at the viability of each road, so I'm sure that the long-distance operators will be the least of a problem in cooperating in such a scheme. It's something we welcome. We rather pay tolls, get to our destination early, rather than having to spend long hours. And of course, when you spend long hours, it takes you into the night. It has security implications. You have the driver suffering fatigue, which could even result in the risk of accidents. So anything to free the highways, the cost will be secondary for the long-distance operators.
And how do you think the government can better integrate rail and possibly water transport to decongest some of the roads, making it more breathable and making road transport just a little bit more less congested over this Christmas period?
Yeah, well, I would say not just for the Christmas period. You're talking about intermodal transportation, where you have links from even from air to road to waterways, and then also to rail. It is something I'm sure that there is a master plan for that. I remember many years ago during the privatization exercise, a lot of work was done in this regard during the transportation reform by past administrations. A lot was done, and I think the documents are there, the plans are there. It's a matter of putting it as priority and integrating that. But remember, for the road is always the last mile. Even when you fly, you still get your final destination by going by road. So this is intermodalism is the way the rest of the world is going, and this is a welcome idea in Nigeria. A lot of work has been done there, and this is welcome. It will ease traffic, not just for seasonal travel, but for all year travel.
Now, what impact does the lack, of emergency response services, I'm talking about ambulances, towing, and rapid rescue, what impact does this have on road travel choices? Could this be one of the factors limiting the elites from taking this option?
Well, I think that will be very secondary or tertiary. The major issue why the elites are going away from the roads, number one is security. Number two is the bottleneck on the roads as a result of bad roads, and also as a result of various checkpoints, which cause unprecedented delays on the highway. I remember many years ago, when the roads were freer, a lot of people chose to go by road. And many years ago, it was a choice. And I remember about 10, 15 years ago, the choice was for you to go by road at 1/3 the price of flying. Then the flight used to be about 45,000, and you could spend 15,000 to go by road. It was a matter of choice. And the overnight travel was also popular. So the major thing is actually the security situation, which I have said that if we have a safe road initiative, just as you have in schools, that is going to help. Then we have maintenance of the roads stepped up. And then, of course, we talk about reduction in the number of checkpoints that cause a lot of delays. Our association, the Association of Lottery Bus Owners, we've done a lot of things in this. We've made several representations because apart from managing our members, we do a lot of interface with government, and we do a lot of advocacy. We've always advocated having these things done to put things in place. So the major thing is security. Number one is condition of the road. Then number three will be the several checkpoints on the highways. At times you'll be on one checkpoint, you are sighting the next one that is going to stop you. Some of them are less than 50 meters away between each other. So all this slows everything down. And that's why the elite not just the elites, even when you enter the aircrafts now, you see people who find it difficult to tie the seatbelt. I remember sitting in an aircraft and people didn't know how to. They were first-time flyers. But there's this perception that the road is not convenient and they let us serve and go by air. So not just elite, everybody's now being forced to go by air.
And what advice do you have for commuters this holiday season, whether by road, by air? What advice do you have for them to, spend less money and also to make sure that they're safe going from their destination?
Yeah, well, what I will advise for people going by road, I won't advise. Maybe people, the people who fly will know what to do. But I will give an assurance that coming from our association, Albon, we've educated our members, we've educated our drivers, and we also have done a lot of security training and safety training for our operators, our crew. People should feel free to go by road. We've taken several safety measures, several security measures to make sure that things flow smoothly. There has been very little incidences of highway hijack or highway kidnapping in the past few months. I will assure you that. Some of the areas that are prone to that, we've taken some actions like converging and going by convoy at particular times of the day or night, and then doing some scanning. And of course, people underrate the road transport operators. Many of them have sophisticated security devices that are fitted in these vehicles people going. So I think there is just a perception that there's insecurity on the roads. I wouldn't say zero, but I think it's magnified. And we advise people to don't spend all your money flying. Come and try going by road.
Very well said. Frank Nnej, founder, ABC Transport and Secretary, Association of Luxury Bus Owners of Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.